Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. This is my hardcore mode guide for Callisto Protocol. This route we're taking, should be able to use this for New Game Plus as well, because you do have to do hardcore New Game Plus for the trophy. You also need to do a normal game New Game Plus, but doing hardcore mode New Game Plus will pop the normal New Game Plus trophy. So this will, New Game Plus in this will actually pop both the New Game Plus trophies. This will be the first playthrough, so what you can do if you don't remember how to do your hardcore mode, you can actually use this again for New Game Plus. The exact same route, obviously your upgrades will be a little bit different. Yeah, it'll be the same route more or less. We're trying to ignore almost anything optional or any loot we grab. We are getting a lot of loot, we're just grabbing loot along the way. This contraband pack you begin with, by the way, I think it's a PSN exclusive. Don't worry if you don't have it, I'm not going to be using it. As you can see, I just dropped it. But if you do have it, you can hold on to it, guys, and you can sell it at the first reforge. What I'm going to be doing in this series, I'm just going to be taking through, I'm going to give you like a intro at the start of each chapter. It's not going to be full commentary. I've already done full commentary on this game. If you check out my Maximum Survivor playthrough, yeah, I've got a full commentary on there. We do full platinum. It's basically the same. Every single playthrough is the same. They've just basically tweaked the difficulty sliders a bit. The enemies will be stronger. They will hit you harder. You'll get your loot will sell for less, and the enemies will drop less loot as well. Your hardcore is the hardest difficulty of them all. Contagion mode is difficult, but it's sort of it's a different brand of difficulty because you've got no checkpoints. But yeah, in terms of enemy health and item drops and whatnot, yeah, hardcore is the hardest. Then contagion mode would be in between hardcore and Maximum Survivor. Enemy drops on this, enemies pretty much have like a 20% chance of dropping an item. It's not like normal mode, you know, easy, medium and Maximum Survivor, where enemies can always drop something. On here it's like a 20% chance they drop, and if they do drop something, they'll drop it in basically half the quantities they drop on Maximum Survivor. Probably even less than that. Yeah, you'll find enemies, if they drop some credits, it normally be like 5 credits or sometimes even 1 credit. Obviously, the further in the game you are, the more chance they have to drop higher quantities. They still won't drop much, like 20% chance, but when they do drop something, like I said, further in the game you are, the higher quantity of something they're likely to drop. So you'll get a lot less credits on this mode. The upgrades I do on this, you can try to remember this for the rest. You'll see what I'm upgrading. You're going to upgrade block break to begin with on your stun baton. Always go for block break to begin with, and then you're going for the damage upgrade on your pistol. Go for that next. And then once you've got your damage upgrade on your pistol, then you want to go for your first damage upgrade on the stun baton. And then you want to go for your ammo capacity upgrade on the pistol. And then once you've done that, then you want to buy the first upgrades on each upgrade tier on the grip. So you go for the first upgrade on the battery recharge, then the first upgrade on the battery capacity, and the first upgrade on the battery velocity. And then you go for middle upgrades on each of the battery tiers. So you'd have the middle upgrade on the battery recharge, the middle upgrade on the battery capacity, and the middle upgrade on the battery velocity. So basically you'd go for block break on the stun baton, then you'd go for damage on the pistol, then you go for the first damage on the stun baton. Don't get the last damage, just the middle one, which costs 900. And then you go back and buy ammo capacity for the pistol, and then you buy all the 300 credits cost upgrades on the battery, on the grip, and then you buy the 900 credits upgrades. And then after that, you probably want to go and buy the final damage upgrades for the stun baton, and then after that it's pretty much up to you guys. They're the main ones. For final boss and everything, we're going to stick to the pistol. I did go for the assault rifle in earlier drafts, yeah, but now I just go for the pistol. I have got a text guide as well for this, guys. You'll find it linked in the description. So if you want to look ahead We're not doing 100%, so in my text guide you can ignore all the 100% stuff. All we're getting is stuff along our path. Like I say, because enemies drop very little loot now, you have almost no ammo going through this. So try not to use any ammo whatsoever. When it comes to selling items, like I say, items sell for half now what I did on the normal difficulties. So the health injector on maximum survivor sold for 100. Now in hardcore it will sell for 50. Everything sells for half, and like I say, you'll find less ammo and less credits. So do not use any ammo, guys. When it comes to a reforge, do not sell any ammo. Do not sell any batteries. You can try to sell if you want to pick up a health injector, but you've got no space. You can discard a battery then or use it. Yeah, but do not sell any ammo. When it comes to your battery, if you do want to reload checkpoints, you can to recharge your battery. You know, that little trick. But you will not be able to on contagion mode. So when it comes to contagion mode, you might want to just try to get used to it via hardcore here now. Try to get used to not reloading checkpoints, just so you get used to it. If you have to, if you're in like a tricky bit and you need that battery, you could reload. I mean, I do at times. I do reload checkpoint just a few times. Normally on contagion mode, you just have to wait because your battery just does recharge after 3 minutes as long as you've not used your grip. Each of your battery recharge upgrades, they reduce that time by 30 seconds. So you'll go from 3 minutes to 2:30 to 2 minutes and to 1 minute 30 with the final upgrade. We're not going to be buying all upgrades, so yeah, just bear that in mind. But yeah, what I'm going to do, guys, at the start of each chapter, I'm just going to come, you know, give you a bit of an intro for what you can expect, you know, things to do, things to bear in mind. But more or less, just follow my strategies I do here, and you should be okay going forward. If you do need to heal, you can use a health injector, but I do try to sell all my health injectors. The reforged, they do actually add up to quite a lot over the course of the game. If you do take damage, you will start to find health gel. It will start to drop from enemies, or you might find it in loot, health gel, to recover your health. So if you do take damage, you could just restart checkpoint to you know, recover your health and try to do that bit again so you don't take damage, or just wait until you find health gel. Like I say, you want to try to sell health injectors if you can. And if you do come across any tricky parts, you finding it tricky to copy my strategy, try to reload checkpoints and try again. Like I say, on contagion mode, you're not going to be able to retry encounters quickly. You'd have to restart the whole chapter again because contagion mode only autosaves at the start of the chapter and there's no manual saves. So yeah, just bear that in mind, guys. But yeah, we're on the second chapter. There's nothing to really explain here. Yeah, any enemies I kill is because it's more useful to kill them. And sometimes, if you see me run past enemies to a vent, sometimes you'll have to dodge enemies on your way there as you get to the vent. And remember, with enemies, they normally do like a combo. You need to wait for the combo to finish before you attack. And then when you're attacking, once you knock them back, let them do their attacks. And then just keep trading blows. If an enemy's got one arm, they'll only attack once, so bear that in mind. With acid enemies, try to get close as quick as possible to stop them spitting acid. But when they are spitting acid, make sure you're ready to move to the left or right to dodge it. Acid enemies will only attack you once when it comes to melee, when you're within melee range. Almost all of the enemies will attack you a few times, other than stalkers, which are quite different anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Just grab everything that I get. Stomp enemies. Like I say, enemies they won't drop much loot now, but always drop them just in that off chance that they do drop something. And I'll see you at the start of the next chapter, guys.
Jacob, can you hear me?
Yeah. How?
Enable two-way comms with your core. You know, you pick up a few tricks when you've been here as long as I have. I see you made it to the lift. Just take it down and find the elevator on that level.
Elias, something's wrong with the elevator. I'm heading down, not up.
Damn! That means you're headed to solitary. You can still reach the watchtower. Just have to go the long way. Just be careful. They keep the real crazies down there. I've known him forever. It was this thing. He attacked me.
You hurt?
No, but I had to kill him. Kill it. What the fuck is going on?
Elias, found the elevator, heading up now.
Good. Now this detour might actually work for us. Look, there's a weapons lockup just past the infirmary.
Good place to gear up.
You'll need to watch out though. Security units are back online.
Lethal force authorized.
Elias, they can't track us.
Prison systems are breaking down like that elevator back there. Just stay out of their line of sight and you should be able to sneak by.
Can't let them see me.
No movement detected.
Jacob, it's getting worse out here. Where are you?
Made it through the infirmary. Still looking for that weapons lockup.
Okay, you're getting close. Just keep moving.
Yeah, see you there. Almost there.
I got you. I'm sending in Squad 9.
Kill him, see.
Sir, Squad 9 is gone.
Hold your position.
Elias, through.
Right, so third chapter, Aftermath. This is the first long chapter. Chapters 3, 4, 5 and 6 are the longest ones. The first two and the final two are quite short. So Aftermath, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through my text guides. And I'm just going to read out, well, explain to you some of the tricky sections. For the most part, just copy what I'm doing, it should be okay. So yeah, chapter 3, Aftermath. Obviously there'd be this enemy first you have to kill. You'll get to Reforge. Once you get to Reforge to begin with, you're going to have to craft a hand cannon. It's story related, you always have to craft a hand cannon even if you're on New Game Plus. And like I say, remember my upgrades I mentioned. You'll see what I'm upgrading anyway along the way. Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading through it. Yeah, so the first tricky bit, you know when you get your grip for the first time, when you get the grip, when you go to leave that room, an enemy will drop down near where you put a gate fuse. You want to lob that guy away from you, away from the door, so that you can actually start the gate fuse. Remember, if an enemy is too close, you won't be able to interact with door panels and such. So launch him away, then interact the gate fuse. You grab a gate fuse beforehand anyway. Yeah, throw him away, start the gate fuse, then go through a door, and then kill him in the room near the Reforge. If you kill that enemy in the room near the Reforge, then only two will spawn, him and his fat brother. But if you kill him in the room where he first drops in, you will normally have to kill 3 or 4 enemies. Yeah, killing him in the room near the Reforge means you'll only have to kill 2 of them. So yeah, you kill them in there, then obviously you loot it, grab the Reforge and such. The next tricky part. Yeah, you can upgrade your weapon as well there. Hopefully if you get a chance. Yeah, the next tricky part is when you get into a room where you've come across the X-Ax for the first time, which will sort of grab you with their tentacle. There'll be a few of them you want to kill. Try to lob something at them rather than use your ammo. Remember, try not to use your ammo. We are saving it up. Just remember that, guys, very important. Yeah, then as you make your way through that room, try to kill the enemies one by one. Yeah, there'll be a few X-Ax. You'll see me lobbing things at them. Try to do that instead of wasting ammo. And then we'll loot the chest near the fan. The enemy that spawns near the fan will just lob me into the fan. And when you come to 2 acid enemies near the end of that room with the X-Ax, try to kill them one by one like I do. So what I try to do, you'll see me, I'll grab him to get his attention. Then I kill him all back in that middle part near the fan. Because if you go too far forward, there'll be 2 normal enemies you have to fight at the same time. And once you kill the first enemy in that far bit, either the acid enemy or one of the 2 normal ones, a second acid enemy will spawn. So you want to kill the first enemy by itself to begin with, and then the second one will spawn, then you can kill him. And you can go and focus on the other 2 normal enemies without any acid enemies because they're already dead. In hardcore, your battery and your grip dies very, very quickly. That's why you can't normally lob them in spikes like you do on the other difficulties. And on contagion mode, you're not going to be able to reload checkpoints to recharge your battery. So the way we do it here is the way you're going to have to do it on contagion mode. Yeah, once you get into the chute, you know, the big machinery room where you have to slot the fuses. You'll have quite a few enemies spawn, but they spawn in waves. You'll normally have 2 enemies to begin. Then you'll get an acid enemy, and then a brute enemy. And then you'll get a wave of 3 enemies, and then a final wave of 3. You know when you've killed them all because the final wave has a security officer type enemy. So you know when you're on the final wave. And the way I kill them all in that big machinery room in the shoe, you'll see that I sort of stay in the middle. But you've got to be really careful you do not run into the machinery. I stay in the middle basically just because the way I grab them, you'll see that spot, you'll be grabbing the enemies for the least amount of time and holding them. Your battery depletes on your grip. It's all dependent on how long you hold an enemy. And the stronger the enemy, the quicker it depletes your battery. So the target is to hold enemies for the least amount of time as possible. That's why I stand in the middle, because they all spawn near it. So it's basically grab, then die, as you pull them into the machinery. And you want to keep doing that, guys. And try in that machinery encounter in the shoe, try to walk the way I do. The enemies, they sort of spawn, it depends on where you are and where your camera is looking. So just try to move through it the same way I do, and they should spawn in the same spots. Then when it comes to loot in the room, when you go into the next room, if you didn't have enough space to grab all the loot, try to go to Reforge, sell everything, and then go back in that room, grab all the loot. Do that before you interact with the terminal in the room with the Reforge, because once you interrupt that terminal in the room with the Reforge, it will close the door to the machinery room where we have that big encounter. So just make sure you grab everything, sell it at the Reforge before you interrupt the terminal. And then once you go down the lift and you're in that bit in the open, you'll see me kill the acid enemy on the lift. That's because if you go too far forward, you're going to trigger an enemy on the left, and you don't want to do that. So you try to kill the acid enemy on the lift to begin with, and then move forward and kill the other enemies. Then you'll go in the cell. Yeah, you go in the cell, and then just trying to catch up to where we were. Yeah, and in that machinery room, there'd be 2 batteries on the floor. That should just be enough. Your battery and them 2 batteries should just be enough to grab all the enemies and kill them.
You do what you gotta do in here. This place, there's a way of changing you.
Yeah, when you leave the vent after getting stranded in the cell, just be careful. There will be a hatch and then there will be some critters, so just make sure you're ready for them. Yeah, be ready for the robot. When you get to robot, he'll take about 7 ammo to kill. You want to shoot the robot, but yeah, don't waste ammo on anybody else. Just shoot the robot. That's it. Everybody else, just melee them. Just when you're making your way around to the robot, just carefully don't see you, because it can shoot you as you're making your way around to him. So just be very, very careful. And then once you get to the end, guys, watch out for that trap. Make sure you do not dodge an enemy and dodge into the trap. What I normally do, the trap normally activates when you walk onto the actual track, which it moves up and down. And if an enemy spawns, enemies sort of spawn as you move along that track. Just grab an enemy and then let go, and that normally makes him pause for a few seconds. It might just give him time for the trap to run into him and kill him. And then after that, guys, you're pretty much at the end of the chapter.
I'm in medical.
Keep going to the back exit. I'll contact you there.
The choice is yours.
this elevator. That'll get you up here, yeah?
Looks like it's bust. Another elevator. Wait. What the hell? size of that thing. Elias, I'm in the elevator. I see the shoe. Elias, you there? Elias, can you hear me?
Sorry for not responding. This thing's found a way inside here. Really tearing up the place.
Can we still get to the shoe?
Yeah, but it's on emergency power, so I'll need to stay here and run a manual override. Don't worry. I can get you over there. I'm activating the gondola right now. It'll carry you across.
UJC Printing. Have a united day.
It's full of those things.
Right. Now you'll need to find a way to turn the power back on in there.
Yeah, I'm looking.
The door won't open until the power finishes cycling up. Get ready for a fight.
selection. UJC Printing. Have a united day.
Okay, I did it. Now get to the control panel so you can open that cell.
On my way.
I swear, Jacob, I had no idea who she was.
I thought you knew everything about this place.
Yeah, I thought I did too.
So what now?
Now you're trapped in there until the cell docks, which means I can get on the tram, but you can't.
Figures.
Look, it's okay. I need you to go to waste processing, all right? Contact me once you're there.
Data transfer complete.
Wait, the hell is that?
It's just a little something to help.
Tram now. You're gonna have to sneak out the way you came in. Look for a vent in the far corner.
clearly, Jacob. That vent in the far corner will get you to waste processing.
Immobilized. Service required.
I made it to the tram. Contact me when you get to the checkpoint. One last thing. There's a trap in there to keep inmates from sneaking out.
What, say what now? I made it. I'm at the checkpoint.
Good. Now get to the window. Tell us what you see.
Well, that figures. Is there anything else you haven't told me?
Look, just get a move on, yeah? There should be a hatch nearby. And, good luck, Jacob.
Yeah, you too.
Yep, chapter 4 next, Habitat. So this one we have to follow the long red pipe which seems to go on forever. Right, so yeah, the first tricky bit in this, it's when you first get that first gate fuse. You'll see me when I get the first gate fuse, I move forward slightly, but I look up at the ceiling because a stalker sort of spawns on the ceiling. But if you know where he is, you can be ready, grab him and drop him over the railing on the right. Sorry, on the left. And as soon as you slot the gate fuse, you want to sprint over to the far corner because a acid enemy is going to spawn in any second. We can just get over to him, dodge his attack, and then melee him to death. Yeah, and then in the next big area, there'll be quite a few enemies. Try to kill them the same way as I do. If you've got battery, you can actually just drop them all over the railing. But you likely won't have any battery at that point, unless you wait for it to recharge. Or unless you reload checkpoint, which you can't do on contagion mode. Yeah, but the chest in the room, where after climbing up the ladder, yeah, there'll be a chest in that room which will spawn 3 enemies. Do not loot that chest. There's a reason I do not loot it. So do not loot it yourself. And obviously get rid of all the other enemies the way I do. Yep, and then when you get into that far room, that room where you have to, where 3 stalkers normally attack you if you remember. You have to go through and get the implants from that enemy, and the normally fight first mutated enemy just before it. Yeah, just after that bit, you can actually stealth kill them, 2 enemies which spawn in the control room on your way back. You can stealth kill them, but you have to be very, very careful to do so. But that's very helpful for contagion mode because it allows you to conserve your battery. But if you can't stealth kill them, you can lob them out of bounds. But if you do so, make sure you let your battery recharge ready for the 3 stalkers. Because with the 3 stalkers, they sort of always spawn in the same spots as they do for me. But I try to drop them out of bounds, but they do deplete your battery really quick. So you might have to drop 2 of them out of bounds, and then you've run out of battery. You have to melee and shoot the last one. But try to save a battery for the stalker bit at the end, guys. Yeah, 3 stalkers before the pipe slide. Try to keep a battery or 2 for them if you can. So if you've got any batteries, yeah, keep hold of them for that. Yeah, remember again, do not use any ammo or sell any ammo. The room with 3 stalkers in, there's always 3 stacks of ammo in that room, which will have quantities between 5 or 6, which are really useful. But with the stalkers, if you do have to kill any of them normally, you can shoot them. But yeah, just don't you waste ammo on anything else. The stalkers you can melee and then shoot when the snapshot appears, and then just repeat. And obviously this pipe slide, guys. Yeah, pipe slide is very annoying because on contagion mode it's quite easy to die there. So what I would say on the pipe slide, try to practice it, because on contagion mode, to practice it you'd have to redo the whole chapter. So yeah, pipe slide, try to practice it. And with the fans in the pipe slide, obviously the pillars are always in the same place, but with the fans, you find a reload checkpoint, they seem to move. But on contagion mode, when you play through it, they're always going to be in the same place, just because you're not restarting checkpoint. So just try to remember, on the pipe slide, guys, the fans, they'll always be in the same place the first time, but once you reload checkpoint, they'll start to move about a bit. But the first place they're in, that will always be where they are on contagion mode. So if you retry the whole of the sequence, they should always be in the same spot, and you should be able to practice that, and it'll be the same on contagion. And then once you've done the pipe slide, you'll have that corridor with the 4 enemies. Try to kill them all one by one. Just move forward until you trigger one, then move back and kill them all by the entrance door. Just you don't trigger more than one at a time. They will mutate, so don't be tempted to waste ammo. Save your ammo. Just kill them all one by one near the entrance until you've killed all 4. Then in the next bit, you've got the robots. Of course, avoid the robots by moving into cover. You kill it, take like 7 to 10 bullets. Kill that. And then you get into the next room, the sort of habitat area. Yeah, after killing the robot, obviously make sure you loot it for the decoder. You have 2 enemies after going down the steps, 2 enemies and an acid enemy. Try to kill them on the spikes if you can. Obviously you don't want to be fighting 2 enemies along with Spitter, because he'll keep spitting at you as you're dodging the other enemies. So either try to kill the 2 enemies at least, or kill the acid on the spikes. Then you carry on forward. There'll be a stalker in the next corridor. That stalker, you can quickly get past him if you quick. Keep to the right, be quick, loot the 2 lockers, jump up onto the crate, and then get in the vent, and you can grab the implant. That's if you're quick. Once you're back in the big habitat room where the robot was, do that bit exactly the same as me, and it should all work out the same. You keep to the right, walk around that first pillar on the left of it though. I mean, you're keeping to the right slightly, but the first pillar, you walk around it on the left. You grab the stalker from behind the tree, drop it to the right of you, turn slightly and drop it to your right side. Don't drop it to its death, because then that makes it will make a few other enemies come for you. But if you just grab it, drop it to the right, it seems to stun him for a moment, and then you can sort of run away, get to the far side of the room. Then as you go through a little gap at the end of the broken pillar, where it's all sort of all nested in between it, there'll be an enemy that spawns in front of you. Just grab him and drop him, and for some reason he seems to die. Then you can run past him and know that enemies will attack you. Most of the time that works out the same way. Again, if you have any trouble guys, reload checkpoint and retry that bit until it works out the same for you. And then at the end of the chapter, just avoid all the enemies, dodge to the far right corner, crouch beneath the pipes, and then pretty much at the end of the chapter guys. Jump to the sort of fallen bridge at the end to climb up to meet Elias. And once you start chapter 5 by the way, you all have full health and get your extra 6 inventory space for a total of 12. Yeah, so just remember, if you're low in health, once you finish this chapter, you'll start the next one with full health. So basically a free heal. And yeah, that's all I can give for this chapter guys. So yeah, have fun, and I'll see you at the start of chapter 5.
I need to keep following that red light.
Unit online. selection. UJC Printing at your service. User assumes all liability for use of this print. Cycle complete.
Poor bastard.
Activate ladder control. Hatch sealed. Beginning pressure check.
Damn thing
Pressure check complete. Releasing.
Loud and clear, bruv. Good timing, too. I'm getting close.
Okay, I got eyes on the tram station. I'll meet you there.
Not so fast. See that building oxygen processing? There's a security station inside. You need to get there to lift the lockdown in the dome. Can't dock the tram until you do. Easy, bruv. Just keep trusting the plan, yeah? And keep moving. We gotta beat this storm.
Critical failure detect service required.
Agency printed. Have a united day.
Open this door, you bastard!
Excellent choice. Cycle complete.
Got the lockdown code.
The choice is yours.
Elias, you copy? I'm li-
Jacob, boy, over here. It's not as bad as it looks. Come on.
You want me to climb that?
Well, that depends. Do you want to get off this rock?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Gotta say, you look like shit.
Yeah, I look like shit, huh? I smell like it too because somebody forgot to mention that I'd be swimming in it.
Told you it wouldn't be easy. But what matters is that you made it, yeah?
Yeah, well, we both did.
Not quite yet. We're nearly there. Come on, give us your hand.
Right, chapter 5, guys. So you've got full health now. Again, try not to waste any ammo. I'm going to save it for any robots and 2 heads at the end of the game and the final boss. Yeah, we're trying to make it so you don't find much ammo, but we want to try to conserve our ammo because it was safe buying it. And then obviously them credits can go into other stuff. And credits are so scarce. I mean, you've seen so far how little credits you get. It's quite crazy just how little, how little credits they give you in this one. They've really adjusted the difficulty slider on this. Probably a bit too much, I think, in terms of credits anyway. It makes it very tedious when it comes to killing enemies and trying to conserve ammo as well. So the first tricky bit in this, obviously you're going to follow me. There'll be a few enemies to begin with. You can just lob them out of bounds. If you're on contagion mode, you could just wait for your battery to recharge. Hardcore, you can just reload checkpoint if you needed to. But when you get across that bridge that collapses, it takes about 2 minutes to cross. You're going to make sure you've got a full battery before you trigger the stalker, which appears above the lever at the end. Yeah, make sure you've got a full battery. Then that stalker, you just quickly grab him and let go, and they'll instant kill it, and you open the gates. And then in that big snow open area, guys, where you have the 4 stalkers spawn, you need to try and do that exactly as I do. So you'll see me look around for a bit, and there'll be an explosive canister on the floor, which I sort of kick, because you'll find if you don't kick it, when you try and grab it from where we're standing, when we do try to grab it, it's a bit, it's a bit finicky pretty much, because it won't let you grab it from the angle. It goes all weird just because of where you're standing in the angle and what. It doesn't let you grab it. So that's why I normally walk into it and kick it. And then I grab another canister, move it towards us, so we've got sort of 3 close by. And then I stand in the middle behind that massive container of like mining stone or whatever it is. And the camera, where you see my camera looking, you'll see the gate we came in just on the left side of the camera. Try to have the camera in exactly the same spot as me, and the enemies should all spawn the same as well. So yeah, in that big open area with the 4 stalkers, try to keep your camera and the same things in view as mine, and try to keep in the same spot. If you walk anywhere where I don't, you might trigger the enemies which are waiting in the snow. You can actually avoid spawning them altogether as long as you don't walk close to them, but obviously you don't know where they are, so you just have to sort of know from experience. But yeah, make sure you keep the same the same part in view, which I do on the camera, then when you see that enemy spawn on the left near the gate, you can move out, grab a canister, lob it at him, then turn around, make sure you're sort of standing where I am and the same objects are in view. Get a canister ready to lob at the second stalker, which should spawn and run past you ahead. Lob it at him, and as long as you're sort of in the same spot, 2 more should spawn. But it should spawn straight ahead, but they actually sort of run into each other. So if you lob a explosive canister at the same and correct moment, you'll kill them both. But sometimes they won't walk into the same spot, only one of them might. If that happens, just kill one of them, and they'll be ready to kill the 4th one, which normally comes over the barrier on the left. Yeah, be ready to lob canister at him, guys. Then once you kill them, you obviously go into the far cabin, and the enemy will burst out. You can lob a canister at him if you wait a moment. Sometimes you lob it straight away or too late. You don't kill him instantly. So you sort of wait till he's charging at you, then you lob it. It seems to kill him straight away. You go in. It's actually a checkpoint in there. If you want to reload it, get battery back. Yeah, it's a checkpoint. Obviously, contagion mode, it won't be there. Yeah, you get the implant from his side because you need it to progress. There'll be, I think it's a health injector inside as well and an item. And then when you go to the fire door, again, follow my same path, otherwise you trigger some enemies. Another enemy will spawn. You can either try lob him out of the way or lob 2 or 3 canisters at him. For some reason he takes a lot of canisters to kill. I've killed him in 1 canister before, but most time it takes 2 or more. So yeah, just lob a few canisters at him to kill him, and then head into the tunnels. In the tunnels, try to take my same path. There'll be quite a few bombers you want to make sure you got battery for. There'll be an enemy you can crouch and sneak kill from behind. The big fat enemy in there, you can just knock him onto the spikes. And then nearer the end, there'll be a chest, and then a few more enemies which spawn near some spikes, which if you're quiet when you enter that room with them, you can actually lob them onto the spikes behind them. And then another enemy spawns in that room. And they kill the enemy at the end, grab a health injector and climb out a ladder to get back out onto the surface. And then once back out onto the surface, guys, you'll come across that room where you meet, where sort of Danny, you get sucked in after the airlock, and Danny gives you the right gun just after. Yeah, in that room you normally have about 5 enemies spawn, but they all sort of spawn one at a time, and they normally spawn from the access point, which is closest to you. You know, you can spawn from a vent or a vent on the wall. Most of the time they spawn from a spot closest to you. There might be 1 or 2 which spawn on the opposite side of the room, which seems to be fixed to me. Like a 3rd enemy always seems to spawn on the far side of the room. But if you get them to spawn in between some spikes, you can quickly lob them and throw them instantly to kill them quick. And then once you kill them all, obviously you'll get a riot gun from forgot her name now, but yeah, you'll get the riot gun from her. And you'll progress a bit more, then shortly you'll come to a large sort of machinery room, and when you grab the I think you grab the implant from the guy stuck in the machinery, and when you grab that, it spawns a lot of enemies. Do that exactly the same way as me, and that makes it really easy. Basically, you run to a few corners of the room, try not to run too far. Like with the stalker, if you run too far, the stalker will come to you. So try to do that bit the same as me as well, and that should all work out the same. And then when you get outside, to make sure you take the same path. Some of the enemies, them frozen enemies, some of them will come to life, some of them won't. If you want to cheat, you can turn on high contrast in the options. Then the active enemies will be red. And then all you got to do is stay away from them and you won't trigger them. Then you'll meet Danny at the end. Oh, that's the name, Danny. And then with Danny, you've pretty much done the end of the chapter. Just grab all the loot on the way to the end. And obviously, on that end sequence where you're falling, make sure you avoid all the debris on your way down. You do not want to die there on contagion mode. Yep, and that'll be chapter 5 in the bag, guys. So good luck, hope you don't have too much trouble. Remember, if you're having too much trouble with any specific encounters, retry them here, because you will not be able to do it on contagion mode. Right, good luck guys, like I say, and see you on chapter 6.
find something to pry this door open. Those access tunnels lead to the Snowcat garage. I can get us inside. Have you found anything yet? Come on, hurry! Before those things come back! No! 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 Oh my God!
tried to reach Ferris, but...
Damn it. Looks like there's another control room across the way. We'll need to activate both to open the gate.
Security failsafe. Makes sense. Okay, get over there. I'll man the first switch. Just try not to get yourself killed.
The choice is yours. Executing. Print finished. User assumes all liability for use of this print. Have a united day.
Through those gates. the second control room.
Took you long enough. Ready when you are.
On 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'll pull the snowcat around. Meet you outside.
You better.
Please make a selection. Have a united day.
From this prison. From yourself. Neither is possible. The only path towards truth is found within. Where the hell is she?
Jacob, get inside.
I can't see anything out there. So,
Don't fucking talk to me.
what's your problem?
Just stop. We're almost there.
Danny! Where the hell are you going? Danny? Danny, where are you? Hey, what are you doing?
This way.
So what were you expecting to find?
UJC bioweapon. Traced it from Europa to here.
To my ship?
I thought so. Control room's just up ahead. Get ready.
As Warden of Black Iron, let me be the first to welcome you to Callisto. You have arrived at an exciting time. Back there. Why did you do that to Elias?
I was in a hurry. Didn't have time to transfer the data. I need to know everything I can about what's happening here.
But you just ripped it out.
Like you haven't done the same.
Not to somebody I know.
Did you really know him? Or were you just using him to escape? Ship's parked in orbit. I'll activate the remote call down. We can take the elevator in the next room up to the landing deck.
Yeah, that's where we took off from.
Yeah. I know. I'll get the elevator. Look at all these bodies. They're killing everyone.
My guess is something to cover up what's happening here.
This will take a minute. Look around. See if you can find anything.
Speak. Fail detected.
Almost there.
Yeah. We are.
I couldn't have made it without your help.
I know.
You don't seem too surprised
About what?
about any of this. Whatever the hell's going on around here.
Saw something like it before. Back on Europa.
Europa. Well, the news report said that was all on you.
UJC propaganda. Things aren't always what they seem.
Kind of like me. And that cargo you thought I was hauling.
Maybe. I'd sure like to think so.
Right, chapter 6 next, Below. Okay, let me catch up to where we are on the text guide. Yeah, so Below, you've got a massive sequence to begin with. It takes like 30 minutes. I really wish they let you skip this. Yeah, nothing really happens. I mean, there's a little bit of loot, but not much. You got to make your way down here. You got a section with all the blind enemies. With the blind enemies, there's some stuck in the walls. If you go too close to them, you might trigger them. Or if you make too noise close to them, you might trigger them. Or if you shoot your gun. Shooting your gun makes loads of noise, by the way. So never try to shoot your guns when there's blinders around. If you can help it. But you shouldn't be shooting your gun anyway. Remember, we are trying to save our ammo. So yeah, nothing's changed. We're still trying to save ammo. And after you get to the first reforge in this, yeah, because you got quite a long journey between the reforge in the last chapter and the reforge at the start of this chapter. It's quite a long bit. So what I will say is, once you reach a full reforge, the first reforge, you need to try to conserve your batteries. You need 3 batteries for the end section on this. You know where you have that massive transport lift right, where all the enemies spawn, and you got Two-Face at the end. You want 3 batteries to that to make it easy. What you can do on hardcore, you can actually just reload checkpoint until you get 3 batteries from the 4 chests on the transport lift. But obviously on contagion mode you can't do that. So on contagion mode, if you get to the end, you're going to have batteries. You pretty much, well, you're going to have to kill 16 enemies with melee. It's going to be quite difficult. So yeah, try to get used and practice conserving 3 batteries for the end part, because you need to do it on contagion mode to stand a chance. Yep, and then yeah, going forward. Yep, so obviously you're going to try to follow me where you can. With the blinders, try to just sneak past them all. You don't want to waste time trying to kill them, because killing them on this anyway, you're not going to get much loot. But if some are sort of blocking your path, because there's some paths where you have 3 or 4, they just don't seem to move, and it's really tricky to go and try and get past them. Just melee, just stealth kill a few of them. But just be careful when you stealth kill them that during the animation, you're not going to sort of push yourself into the path of another. So just be very, very careful. There'll be one bit after dropping down, just not long before we reach the power breaker area, where you have to pull the power breakers. There will be one room I drop in, there'll be acid enemy to the spikes, and then there'll be a little shimmy, and then you'll see me hide, and another acid enemy will come through and he'll jump into a vent. At that point, as soon as you see him vanish, sprint forward and keep to the right, and you should just be able to get to a wall space, the shimmy at the end, before the next enemy spawn in. You've got to be quick though, and the enemy might spawn in just before you get to a shimmy. If that does, just dodge it if you need to be, and then get in that shimmy. Then you shouldn't have to fight any of those enemies there. Obviously, you'll do the power breakers, and you'll get back to transport lift. Back at transport lift, guys, like I say, make sure you've got 3 batteries. If you don't have them, you can reload to checkpoint to get them from the chests. And obviously, you kill the 4 enemies that spawn. You have 4, so you got. They'll spawn at the front, at the back, at the left, and at the right. 4 will spawn on each side, but not at the same time. It seems to be a bit random as well. So just make sure you look in. If 4 spawned on the left, no more will spawn on the left. So once you've done, for example, the top, the bottom, and the left, then you know the last 4 are going to spawn on the right. So be looking on the right, ready. But yeah, just try to grab them and launch them off as soon as possible. Remember, your battery depletes. It depends on how long you're holding an enemy for. So try to grab and lob as soon as possible. Then once you've killed all 16 enemies, 2 faces will spawn, 2 heads. You'll see me as I kill him. I try to push him off the elevator. You still want to keep moving left and right to dodge his attacks. You don't want him to instant kill you, especially on contagion modes. But if you move, you sort of push him near where he spawns in. It's a little bit finicky. Get him into the right space, but it's not like it's got to be sort of a needle point spot you have to push him off in, you know, like a little tiny spot. It's quite a big gap. You have to push him and knock him back. Just keep pushing back towards that spot you see me doing, and eventually he'll take a step off and he'll fall to his death. Now allow you get a really easy kill for 2 head guys. And that's pretty much all there is to explain on this one. Like I said, it's mainly a stealth chapter. Got stealth through it. Few enemies you need to try and watch out for. Yeah, and you get through a transport lift encounter at the end. Right, so crack on guys, and I'll see you at chapter 7.
Stay quiet.
UJC is here for you. Remove item from print assembly. The UJC appreciates your productivity. Make a selection.
Looks like this will get me to the colony. Just hope Danny's there.
Choose an item. Quality check. Verified.
Flip those breakers to turn on the generator.
The UJC is here for you.
One down. Okay, one to go. back to that platform.
Jacob? Are you there? The power just came on in the colony. I'm boosting the signal.
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you. I'm heading to the colony now. I'll contact you once I'm there. Gotta stay quiet for now.
Oh, shit. Be careful. I'll see you soon.
Too close.
Choose an item.
protective gear at all times.
Right, so chapter 7, guys. Yeah, this is one of the ones we're conserving all our ammo for. We need it for a two-head fight near the end.
Some kind of service tunnel.
I'm on the other side.
Yeah, we'll be using our pistol. So yeah, chapter 7, Colony. Obviously quite a bit of loot to begin with. CPU printer, nice, pristine. So the blind enemies in the first bit, we're going to try to avoid them by sort of sneaking around. You'll see the path I take normally always works. Some of the enemies, they move when you get close to them. Some will trigger and move out. But you climb the ladder. You climb the ladder, then you go in that sort of little store to get to the key card at the far end. When you go in the store, that enemy will all spawn from the vent. Be ready and stealth kill him. Any eye stealth kill, you want to stealth kill as well. It's because it's normally much easier to stealth kill that specific enemy than trying to avoid him. Because maybe he doesn't seem like a problem now, but maybe he becomes a problem later. Yeah, then you get the key card. You don't need to get the assault rifle. Don't worry about going in that bathroom. You go in the bathroom, you might trigger other enemies. And be quiet when you're going to get a key card. If you make too much noise, you'll trigger the enemies. And loads will just come for you through vents. So until you get a key card, be quiet. Once you get the key card, a lot of the enemies will despawn on the map. But you still need to be a little bit quiet. As you can see, as I kill enemies on the way back. Once you open the access to the lift controls and you kill the torso enemy on the ground, when you do activate lift controls, be quiet. If you go to the lift controls and the enemies are aggro towards you, you will not be able to activate it. So you need to make sure you reach the elevator in stealth so you can activate it straight away. And then the bits as you approach the first reforge, try to do that the same way as I do. You'll see me, I just pretty much run past the enemies. I get the gate fuse, run past the enemies. But when you do go into reforge room at the end, on contagion mode you can't reload checkpoints. And if enemies are too close to you, you won't be able to slot gate fuse either to open the door. So you see what I do, I sort of launch the acid guy at the end, launch him off the edge. Quickly go and start a gate fuse again. Be quick starting that gate fuse, otherwise an enemy will get too close and the interaction will be blocked. Once you get into the reforge room, quickly climb the ladder and you'll see that actually that will despawn the enemies, and that's really useful for contagion mode. You can just obviously you can reload checkpoint here to respawn them once you get into reforge point and trigger checkpoint. But yeah, on contagion mode you want to climb the ladder and then climb back down. And then at reforge, obviously get yourself ready for the boss fight. You should have enough ammo. You'll see how much ammo I use. With a pistol, you probably need about 30 or 40 ammo or so. And you can just look ahead to see how much I use. But with the two heads, when you're shooting him, obviously make sure you're not too close. You normally run up. As soon as the fight starts, I hold right on the analog stick and run to the right. Yeah, so in that first two head fight on this chapter, hold right straight after the cutscene, so you run to the right, and I normally just do laps. You'll see where I do lap around the biggest room. I normally just do laps around there. But you want to try and kill them as quick as possible, because eventually some enemies will start spawning, and they can get you in trouble, because they can sort of an enemy can be attacking you, and then two head can attack you sort of straight after before you get a chance to dodge, even automatically, and it can insta kill you. So if you're a bit slow killing him and any normal enemy spawn, try to focus on them and lob them into spikes. Just get rid of them quickly and just continue shooting two heads, and obviously melee him when he gets knocked down onto his knees to kill him quickly. and then just repeat the process until it's dead. Once you killed him, there is 7 small containers in that boss area just scattered around, which you can loot. And then you make your way to the fight at the end. The guy at the end, do not waste ammo on him, just melee him to death. There's no need to waste ammo. Save your ammo, just melee him to death, guys, and make it it's much better way of conserving ammo. Yeah, just melee him. And obviously at the end of the chapter, guys, pretty much, when the final one will begin.
Danny, I'm heading up to the tower now. Danny? Where'd she go? Danny, you there? Why isn't she responding?
All systems operating within normal parameters. Make a selection. Remove item from print assembly. Complete.
Getting closer.
Danny, you okay?
Drop on me, but yeah. I'm fine. This way. I know. They knew a way to reach the surface.
All systems operating within normal parameters.
Gotta find a ladder.
The upper level, Jacob. Look for the clinic. You're getting closer. Through here. Quick.
That was close.
It's freezing.
Greetings. I am Dr. Caitlin Marler, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Arca's station. We're excited to share with you our findings, the culmination of decades of research.
Who's she talking to?
It began with the distress call, a mysterious contagion of accelerated evolution. After securing the site, a lab was constructed, and later, after decades of searching, the prize is finally within our grasp.
didn't make it back. You didn't have to.
Danny! Danny!
That platform will take us up to the surface.
Oh, we made it.
I don't recognize this area. Where are we?
Let's find out.
Prison's running on autopilot. Systems are all shut to hell. Almost got it.
It's the shoe.
The whole prison's infected.
We should get the hell out of here.
Good idea. Warden's signal is still active in the command tower.
Can we make it to him?
Looks like it. I'm getting the door now.
Here we go, chapter 7, guys. Sorry, chapter 8, tower. We're pretty much done, hardcore. Now all you got to do is hardcore New Game Plus. You can't wait for that. I'm so glad I don't have to play this game anymore. But yeah, to begin with, the main thing you got to worry about is the 2-head. You got a 2-head fight to begin with, so all the ammo you've been conserving, hopefully you still got plenty. Otherwise you're going to have to buy some from the shop. So yeah, you got a 2-head fight to begin with, guys. Just kill him exactly the same way as before. There's no other enemies to worry about, luckily here. You just got to focus on 2-head. So you kill him, and then you make your way into a psych ward. In the psych ward, quite a lot of enemies. It's not too bad on this difficulty and others. It's just contagion mode where it's a problem. Because in the psych ward, there's quite a lot of checkpoints, so you can actually reload them, get all your battery back. And you'll see in the psych ward, you'll see the spots I use to instant kill enemies. If you've got battery. Yeah, so obviously in hardcore, you could reload checkpoint to get your battery back if you wanted to. But you find a lot of the gurneys, you know, the beds, you can drop the enemies onto the middle and it'll instant kill him. Really good spot to kill him quickly. When you get downstairs again, there'll be some beds you can drop them on to kill him. And then in the middle room, downstairs, there'll be some spikes at the back you can use to kill the enemies. The enemies in the first part of Psych Ward, by the way, they normally trigger as you move on. So you normally trigger some, kill them before moving on forward and triggering the next. When you go down the ladder in the Psych Wards, there'll be a critter to begin with, and then you want to pull off a vent on the left before going too far forward, because when you go too far forward, it's going to spawn 2 enemies. But if you pull off the vent and then grab the first enemy, grab him, pull him towards you, and then upcut him, and then you'll just have enough time then to get in the vent while he is recovering, and before the second enemy spawns. And then once in the vent, you can make your way through. And then when you get through, you want to kill the stalker on your left. There are spikes in there after the vent in the bottom of the psych wards, but I don't use the spikes because you'll probably find on contagion mode you probably run out of battery at that point. Of course, you can wait 3 minutes for it to recharge, or 2 minutes or whatever if it's upgraded. But you'll see what I do. I quickly look left, I melee the stalker and then shoot him, and then melee shoot. I do that way. Yeah, try to catch stalker as quick as possible. You can waste a bit of ammo on him, not too much, but you can like melee and snap shots. And then carefully do not open the fire door, not yet. You have to use your shiv on the control panel on the left. Yeah, because what you'll find, the 2 enemies in the previous room, once they hear your gunshot, they'll be alerted to you, but they'll just look at you because they can't access you, and then they'll run away. And that actually despawns them. Yep, then obviously you'll carry on forward, you'll grab the gate fuse around the corner, another enemy will spawn in, you'll kill him, hopefully you can lob him at the spikes. Then you'll open the fire door, connecting this room and the previous room which you came through. The 2 enemies have despawned. As I go through and approach the gate fuse panel, you see me keeping to the right, because there's a guy on the left, and if you get too close he'll trigger. But if you keep to the right he won't. You go through a fire door after starting the gate fuse, obviously use the reforge. The next room, there'll be a acid enemy, just lob him on the spikes. And then the next 2 head that spawns, don't go too far forward, just go far enough to trigger him and then move back. That way you will not trigger the bomb in that room or another enemy which can burst through the window. And then that that 2 head, you're going to lure him into the fan, as you see me doing. Yeah, lure him into the fan for a nice easy kill. You don't waste any ammo then. Yep, and then that's pretty much that bit done. Then all we've got is a final boss, I believe. Yep, any chests I avoid, by the way, is because there's a critter inside them. There's nothing of importance. Yep, then like I say, then it's the final boss. So final boss, just the same as you did the maximum survivor, guys. The first guy, just melee him, do not waste any ammo. Obviously make sure you got enough ammo for the final boss. Final boss, you probably need about 50 or 60. But hopefully, I mean, you've been stocking up on your right gun ammo as well. You should have plenty of ammo, you shouldn't need to buy any. And obviously I always loot all the containers before the boss fight first as well. That gives you a load more loot as well. So yeah, the final boss, the first guy's going to melee him to death. And then once he mutates, yeah, just shoot him and move away. Come the same way you see I'm doing. Each time he bursts this bubble, you'll burst this sort of protective shield around his head. And then once you've dealt enough damage to your head, you'll sort of stun him for a moment. And the 2 bombers spawn in. The bombers will spawn in twice. So you have 2 bombers after doing enough damage. You do some damage, 2 more bombers. Do some damage and then another 2. Once all 3 sets of 2 bombers have spawned, that means the boss is basically on this final stage. And then once you've dealt enough damage after that, that'll kill him, guys. And obviously once you escape. In the escape sequence you might want to make a manual save, because then you've always got that for later for New Game Plus. Yes, you'll find with New Game Plus it will load from your autosave at the end. But once you've triggered more autosaves while playing the game a bit more, it will overwrite that end game autosave, so you won't be able to New Game Plus anymore from that save. That's where you want to make a manual save at the end, so you can always use that to New Game Plus. And then that'll be it for hardcore mode, guys. Yeah, so hardcore mode, like I say, hardcore mode New Game Plus will pop the normal New Game Plus trophy as well. So you've got to do hardcore mode New Game Plus no matter what for a trophy. The hardcore New Game Plus trophy no matter what. So what you can do, you can follow the same route, guys, doing it exactly the same. Obviously you'll be able to get some more upgrades. It's up to you. You might want to get the damage upgrade level 2 on the stun baton if you haven't done so already. Maybe upgrade the right gun a little bit. That's completely up to you. And obviously you can max upgrade the grip as well if you wanted to. But you can see we can get through like this. So anything more is going to make it just a bit easier. It's completely up to you. But yeah, that's my hardcore mode, guys. Sorry I haven't gave commentary for the whole thing. I actually did start doing this, but I had recorded it for 2 hours and it crashed. I lost all that commentary and I'm not going through the same bit again. Just do it again in contagion mode. So I thought I'll just give you a bit of an intro, start of each chapter, guys, what you can expect. And yeah, that'll be it. Hardcore mode, guys. Like I say, play it again for New Game Plus if you want to. And hopefully I'm going to see you on contagion mode, guys. Will be in the next video, and I think I'm going to do contagion mode in the same way Just giving an intro at the start of each chapter. And that should be the full 100% list covered, guys. We've done right mode, we've done final transmission, we've done platinum. You can find all that linked in my playlist if you need to. So thank you for watching, guys. Good luck on the rest of it. And I'll see you hopefully on Contagion mode.
Keep moving forward, Jacob. Danny's condition is worsening. You must go faster.
Just hang on. I'm coming.
You're nearly here. Just keep moving.
UJC Printing for all your needs. Executing. Finished.
Defensive systems powering down. inside, now.
The lab. At the heart of the prison. Hey! How are you feeling?
Like something's inside my head, trying to take over.
Hey, just hold on. We'll be there soon. Did you see that?
See what?
Nothing. Elevators ahead. Should get us up to the tower.
So, what happened back there? Last thing I remember is those robots jumping us.
Mahler's helping us get the cure.
And you trust her?
Don't have a choice.
Yeah,
What is all this?
same here. Data transfer complete.
What the hell? Danny? Danny!
And now you're inside Danny's memories, seeing the truth of Europa. A diluted test sample released from one of our labs. A tragedy that inspired everything Cole is doing here at Black Isle.
Unit online.
Run! Move! Hurry! Just keep going! We gotta get to the escape pods. Almost there! I see the pods!